Welcome back to today's NCAA Division I Outdoor Track Championship Women's Press Conference. Same format as before. We'll have an opening statement from each and then open it up to questions from the media. With us today, Lance Harder, head coach of the University of Arkansas. Carol Smith-Gilbert, head coach of the University of Southern California. Student athletes, Tiana Daniels of Texas, Giannis David of Florida, and Kayla White of North Carolina A&T. Thank you all for being with us today. Coach Harder, first, you've been here before, won the title just 3 years ago. Tell us about your team and your mindset heading into this week's championship meet, please.
Well, we were very fortunate at the regional meet to basically get everybody through. And, we have a large contingent. It's now a matter of who can put themselves in a scoring position. But we're almost all healthy. We have little aches and pains. This time of year, the grind of cross country and indoor and outdoor has a tendency to take its toll, but our kids are excited and we're looking forward to a great competition here at University of Texas.
Thank you, Coach. Coach Smith-Gilbert, USC is the defending national champions and the second-ranked team coming into Austin here. Tell us about your team and what needs to go well for your team to have success here.
I believe that right now our team is ready to go. Injuries are non-existent. We have a couple mishaps along the way, but we're still in good position. We're working on being the best USC we can be and to score as high as possible in doing that. That's about all that has to go our way.
Thank you, Coach. Tiana, at the West Preliminaries, you were at the top of your form when you ran 10.99 in the 100 meters. What race conditions would you like to see here, and how excited are you to compete for a national title on your home track?
Race conditions, I'm prepared for anything, really. Rain, shine, doesn't matter to me. I've been training for this moment, so I'm pretty prepared, and to possibly win a national championship will be a really good moment on my home track, so.
Thank you. Giannis, your triple jump marks for the year have been off the charts. What does it take to be a great triple jumper, and what factors will play into your success this week?
It takes a lot. It takes a lot of commitment and courage, especially during practice. It can be hard sometimes, especially dealing with a little bit of injuries. But I've worked for it. I practice, or even during meets, I'm prepared mentally for it. So I'll be ready to go when it's time to.
Thank you. And finally, Kayla, what has made this year so special for you, and what are your thoughts and expectations heading into the NCAA championship meet?
Definitely winning my first individual national championship this year has been the highlight of my year indoor, and I kind of want to keep it rolling outdoor, so I'm just ready to compete.
Thank you all. We'll open now for questions from the media. Please raise your hand. We'll bring a mic holder to you, and please state your name and affiliation. Dave up front left.
Yeah, Dave Hunter, Track and Field News. Question for Coach Harder.
Feeding in the back on the side. Go ahead, Dave.
In our prior panel, there was conversation with Coach Floreal talking about his success as a coach, and he took some time to really identify the very special relationship between a coach and a top-flight athlete, almost parental in nature. And I know that that's something that you've excelled in your coaching career, and maybe you could offer some insights for how somebody cultivates that skill to help bring the best out of an athlete.
Well, I think one thing that Carol and I would agree on is that the X and O's of the actual timing of workouts and creating the workouts is just a small part of the whole process. And so the idea of creating a trust and bond between the coach and the athlete is imperative, because basically they're putting their career in your hands. And so you have to be sincere, and you have to be develop the trust factor to make sure that you're on the same page. And then obviously communication is imperative. And then that trust and evolves to a point that it goes far beyond just the track as far as competition, that it's holistic in fashion.
In the middle, please.
Carol, you said just a moment ago that the injuries are non-existent for your team. Will you guys have Kaylin this weekend?
It's possible, yes.
In the 4x4?
We hope so, yes.
And to both the coaches, a lot of times national titles, team titles are decided one event group versus another. You guys are going head to head in so many events, Arkansas versus USC. I mean, is that more exciting for you guys to compete that way as opposed to just competing against other teams and adding up points?
Well, I always say, of course, it's exciting competing against Coach Harder. but I tell my student athletes, you're competing against everyone. You can't go chasing one team and then someone else is there. You have to respect all your competitors, but more than anything, you're competing against yourself. Can you stand up and sustain what you've been training to do when there's a lot of different things going on around you? So that's what we work on.
Same thing. There's always somebody that's, maybe a lower qualifier that has a great performance. And, you might go in as a favorite and all of a sudden you find yourself possibly not even in a scoring position. So obviously the preservation of trying to maintain what you've done to get here, duplicating it or even succeeding it to another level is the demands of the NCAA championships. It's one of the greatest track meets in the United States, if not the world. The level of competition, if you look at the Diamond League meets, if anybody's here from the Diamond League, they probably should incorporate the NCAA meet because, these athletes are putting up performances that compete with any Diamond League competition across the world.
Brian, front right.
I actually had a similar question for both coaches, really, kind of reframing that a little bit. Both of you have athletes who want to do their best and reach personal achievements and all those things. But what is the key to unlocking that on competition day where they have to go out and do it? How do you reach in and pull greatness out of elite athletes?
Well, I think most elite athletes have it inside of them, and my job is to make sure that I help them reach their dreams. Every athlete is different. You can't coach one athlete the way you coach another athlete. So it depends on what athlete I'm talking to or I'm communicating with on what I would use to unlock the greatness inside of them. They're all different, so there's different methods to my madness.
Speaking of madness, yes, that each and every one wants to be treated as an individual and respected as an individual, and every formula is unique. Look at these three young ladies that are on the dais with us. I mean, each and every one of them has a unique relationship with their respective coach, and I think that what brings them to this level to be up here on the dais is the ability that they can do it time and time and time again.
In the front middle with the microphone. Go ahead, sir.
Kayla, Eric Bull with DiceStat. Segueing off of what Coach Harder said, obviously your performance at MEAC would be on par with any sprinter at the Diamond League this year. I mean, what did that do for you, confidence-wise and belief-wise? And did you almost have to kind of like pull it back at East Regional to make sure that this is where we saw an even better version of Kayla White?
I always knew I had it in me ever since my freshman year. This is the moment me and my coach talked about from time and time again. I just had to stay patient, stay focused. And at regionals, I didn't have the best start. So once I knew I was in position to be top two, I kind of backed off and made sure that I finished the race safely. So.
Was that because with the male panel, Grant talked about execution a lot. From an execution standpoint, not just because of the times, but because of the way you executed the races, was that the best that you ever felt at MEAC?
I didn't have the best start, so I would say I didn't execute the way I should have. But I stayed disciplined in my drive and made sure I stayed in my lane, and that's how I came out running that time.
Front.
Yeah, Jonathan Galt here from Let'sRun.com. Question for Kayla. So indoors, you ran the 200 and the hurdles at NCAAs. This time you're doing the 100, 200. I'm wondering how you chose those events to run. Why run those ones as the championship events this year?
Definitely, I feel like I would be more successful in my sprinting events. I can hurdle at the same time, but at a national level and at conference, I knew that I could sprint better. So that's why we chose the 100 instead of the hurdles.
is it like it's just more difficult for you to do a sprint race and a hurdle race than two sprints? Like why so?
We just chose what would put me in a better position to win.
Back.
For Kayla and Tiana, both of you run sub-11 this year. What time do you think it's going to require to win this race with 4 sub-11 women going to be on the line?
I'll say world lead. Honestly, a world lead will probably win the race. I know they are going to run their hardest, and I'm going to do that the same. So it's probably going to be a world lead. Yeah, definitely.
10-7.
It's going to be fast.
You're a 200 runner, and you're kind of a 60 runner indoors. You both have titles at those distances indoors. Who has the more of an advantage when it comes to the 100? 200 strength or 60 speed?
I think they play hand in hand. Like it's honestly, it comes down to effort. Who wants it more in that moment?
We both have our strengths in each event, so we can definitely use that to our advantage. It's just who wants it more, like she said.
Yeah.
Tiana, real quick, just to play off that, you said earlier about rain or shine, but I'm sure that nobody wants to deal with what happened in that event in Hayward last year, because Aaliyah said that she couldn't even see the last 20 meters, let alone running that time. So just for the sake of you, Kayla, Shikari, TT, everybody else that hopefully makes that final, just to be able to put on a showcase, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you probably don't want that kind of rain.
No, not at all. I always want the sunshine and, hot weather. I always want that. But, I mean, if it is raining, just gut it. Just, go, regardless.
Kayla, how important is that just to kind of I don't want to use the word integrity, but just the quality of the event, that when we see such high quality world-level sprinting, the wind aside, just the fact that you guys have the opportunity to go out and perform in the best conditions.
The 4 ladies that went sub-11, rain or shine, we're just going to step on the track and give it our all. And, of course, the 100 is the event to watch. So, the pressure's on, but we're going to run our best.
In the back, go ahead.
Question for Lance, distance-based question. There was a pretty high-profile disqualification in the 1500 at the West Prelim for the men. I'm just wondering what your thought process is on the idea of a false start DQ as a rule for distance races, 800 and above.
I thought that was something that could have been adjusted at the starting line, where the starter might have said, hey, I heard external noise, that might have rattled him to step forward. It's a shame, because the young man to work that hard to get to, the national championship, and obviously you got to, it's just like a foul on the long jump or whatever. You got to make sure you follow the rules, but when it gets to that point, boy, you just wish the kid had an opportunity to prove himself, and unfortunately that didn't happen.
Do you think that's a rule that should be revised or looked at?
I think it would create such a gray area that, not that it's not already dark gray. I think it's a situation where, maybe more up to the judgment of the officials, that they look at it and try to do what's best for the athlete. Not to say that, openly false starting was something we want to endorse.
Can you wait for the microphone, please, and use the microphone to ask your question? Thank you, sir.
Does it work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
I can't hear it work. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's
Okay.
tied in the camera feed.
Sorry. Thank you. Yannis, obviously it was such a big, relief and breakthrough for you to win indoor. How special would it be now to be able to back it? Are you going to feel any different or more validated or more fulfilled if by winning this triple jump title outdoor?
I honestly feel more fulfilled because I've waited for this for a while. I got third my freshman year and sophomore year, and then second last year. So I really look forward to go out there, show what I got, and jump again what I jump at SECs and even further. So I know I got it in me, so I'll go out there Saturday and Thursday for the long jump and show people what I got.
Go ahead, sir.
For Tiana, winning a NCAA title as a freshman, if you could go back and put yourself in your freshman year shoes, what advice would you give yourself at that moment to have the best possible career?
Just never doubt yourself, and stay focused. Because my sophomore and junior year, I wasn't as focused as I am now and as I was my freshman year. I feel like after I won, I kind of got complacent and I wasn't focused on what I needed to do here. But yeah, just stay focused and give as much effort as you can.
Did you ever have doubts in your sophomore and junior year that you'd get back to the?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely had doubts, especially my junior year. I didn't know what I was going to do if I even wanted to stay at Texas come my senior year, because we were having a coaching change. But I'm glad I stuck to it. So yeah.
Additional questions? Raise your hand. That's a micro. She's coming.
Coach Harder, we talked about it indoor, about that you thought this was the most complete or the most versatile group that you have. But in terms of longevity, it might also be the most resilient and tough-minded group that you've had. I mean, obviously, not only the injury adversity, some of the stuff that you and I talked about, privately in Sacramento, just this group continuing to be able to bounce back. So just how battle-tested has this group been over the course of 4 and even in case of Desiree 5 years?
Well, I think that, being a member of the SEC, you get tested by fire in cross country, indoor and outdoor. And so, there's never an opportunity to just relax and cruise through. So I think that had a lot of benefit for these upperclassmen. We're going to lose 6 key seniors this year. And so next year, everybody's going to be chasing Carol because she doesn't graduate anybody ever. And so they just seem to get younger as they go. And then, her recruiting class, I'm sure, is one of the best ever. So, it's a situation where when the opportunity does happen for a program like ours, we want to try to seize the moment as graciously as we can and just hope that each and every athlete has a great experience.
Any other questions for this group? No. Go ahead, Grant.
This one's for Giannis. University of Florida Gators.com. After 4 years, Giannis, you're from Guadalupe. What would it mean to have a national title in either the long or the triple jump to send that back home with you?
It will means a lot because, back home they don't really know, the whole process I went through to come here and my journey here. So it will mean a lot. They ask me sometimes, what I do and stuff like that, but they don't know the background of it. So it will mean a lot. A lot of people are counting on me, so I'm really looking forward to make them proud and go out there and show out.